All right, so Michael asked a good question. He says, do further earnings, now he's 60 years old, at less of an income than before, they don't hurt my AIME because it doesn't replace previous years. Does it actually help my average index monthly earnings? All right, so I just reframe this again. All right, so Michael is 60 years old. He's in a job where he's making less money now than he has in the previous 35 years. Indexed, because we got to index those numbers. All right, so the years he is earning income right now do not replace any of the previous 35 years of indexed earnings. Because remember, Social Security takes your highest 35 years of indexed earnings. That's how they calculate your AIME, which ultimately is how they calculate your PIA, which is the amount you get after your FRA. Yay! Good times, good times. So the answer is, Michael, no. They won't do, I mean, if your current earnings are less than any of your previous 35 indexed, all you're doing is you're paying tax for nothing. And this is the drawback, frankly, that a lot of people say about Social Security that I think gets underlooked in terms of lots of, freaking be upset about Social Security. Hey, horsey, hey, let's see if he looks. Look at that guy. Nay, hey, horsey, look, I'm taking a picture of you. See him right there? Oh man, I like the smell, but I'm not a big fan of horses. That looks like a big old pile of money. It's a money pit right there. Nay! Hey, you looked at me. I saw you. Do y'all see him? Y'all have horses where you guys are? It smells like horse poop, which I think is pretty cool. Reminds me of the Freiburg Fair in Maine. I remember when I was a kid, we'd go to the Freiburg Fair. Nay! He's not really looking at me. I was hoping he might come. I wish I had an apple. Horses like apples, right? And salt. I should have salted up an apple. Had him come on out. A pretty expensive habit right there, man, or a pretty expensive hobby. But I know some people who have horses. I think it's cool. Not for me. Ooh. It's like a Rhodesian Ridgeback too. See the way I don't know if y'all can see that. No, I guess you can't. The mane on the horse kind of looks like Finney with his the hair going up his back like that. It's a Rhodesian Ridgeback. The horse has that mane going straight down the back of his neck. It's pretty cool. All right. So again, you got 35 years, your top 35 years of earnings, all right? You're now working at 60 years old. You're making 40, 50,000 bucks a year. You're paying 7.65 or 15, whatever it is, if you're self-employed. That's not helping your Social Security in the least. It's not hurting your Social Security, but it's not helping it. Afternoon, because you're not replacing any of your previous 35 years of adjusted index earnings. All right, so you're literally, in that case, you're just part of the Ponzi scheme. And this is what a lot of people say. Well, Social Security is a Ponzi scheme, which it is, unequivocally. Social Security, I would have got better investments if I can invest on my own. I disagree with that. I mean, you could have, you might not have, we don't know. You can't say that for sure. That's silly. If I would have invested in 1982, I would have done better, yes. If you would have invested in 2000, you would have done worse. So you can't sit there and say, if I could invest on my own, I'd be better off. All right. I'm going up a hill. Hold on a second. So then people say, Social Security pays, illegal immigrants or something like that. If you don't have 40 quarters of earned Social Security benefits of taxes, you're not getting Social Security. It's just that simple. So if illegal immigrants weren't paying payroll tax, they're not getting Social Security. I don't know how it works with supplemental security income, SSI. That's the poor man's version of Social Security. I don't know how that works, but actually Social Security, retirement, spousal, or survivor benefit, you're not getting that if you're a legal immigrant. All right, what else did I say? We already talked about a Ponzi scheme, which is. We talked about investments, you could have done better, which we don't know that to be true. Illegal immigrants, oh, well, it's run out of money. Well, I assume you're off Medicare then, because Medicare is a lot worse than Social Security, that's for sure. All right, so anyway, but the issue with Social Security is that if you're working your 36th year, you're still paying taxes and you're not getting any benefit from it, all right? If you're working 50 years, you're still paying taxes and you're not getting any benefit because they only take the max 35 years of earnings. That's it. But this is no different than an annuity, by the way. It's called mortality credits. And Social Security is the same way here on both sides of the equation. The longer you live, the more you get. The more you work, the more you pay. All right, so mortality credit just simply means the people who die early, that money doesn't actually go to the insurance company who issued you the annuity. That money actually goes to the beneficiaries who lived longer. That's how insurance works, by the way. Everyone chips in a little bit, and then the people who need it get it. And in this case, the people who need it are beneficiaries of the system who are getting Social Security off our labor. And we'll turn around and do the same thing. That's the Ponzi scheme of it. But one of the Ponzi schemes of it is that you don't get any extra benefit by continuing to work once your 35 years of max earnings are made. That's just a fact. So in this case, Steve, I think it's Steve, what? Yeah, I think Steve, forgot his name. Steve, I think, Michael. I'm not saying don't work, but not have any effect on your Social Security. All right, we'll see you.